Hi again, everyone. I'm Ollie Matthews. This is the Narcissistic Resistance. No contribution with this video. So, nothing's wrong. Everything's fine. Everything's going okay. You know, I haven't been making videos the last couple weeks. It's just everybody's been on lockdown. You know, you can't go anywhere, and it's just like I haven't been able to do it. I had my problem with my feet, and now it's just like you got nowhere to go and nothing going on, and you're stuck. Now, I mean, I was a political junkie to begin with, and I watched a lot of news, but now there's nothing else to watch other than mindless Netflix or Prime or stuff like that. I mean, there's not even any sports right now. None of it. Gone. But the longer this pandemic, whatever you want to call it, draws out, the more and more convinced I am, here we are. Here we are at the apex of societal narcissism. We are at the point now. We are at the tipping point where it's either we're going to win or we're going to lose. Because everybody, it's all your cards are pushed in. Everybody's all in, and we're going to see where this is going to go. Things I've been talking about on this channel. I mean, I'm talking about politically, societally happening. Florida went on lockdown Friday at midnight. And things have become drastically locked down and clamped down in Florida, especially in South Florida. And you're seeing things on Twitter and you're seeing things on social media about the police being called and arresting people for paddleboarding in the Pacific Ocean and running in the park. And I'm not talking about people having actual block parties. I mean, you're stupid if you do that shit. You're an absolute moron if you go out and you do that right now. But I'm talking about like what just happened to Charlene yesterday. When, you're supposed to be able to go out. You're supposed to be able to go out and you're supposed to be able to exercise. Medical needs, food, groceries, exercise. Now, we've been going out and we've been exercising, trying to go walking every day. We have a walking trail park right at the corner. Like, it's not even, it's right there. It's right outside. Okay, it's got jungle gym equipment, all that. We're workout stations. The workout stations have been caution taped off, can't be used by order of the city. So yesterday I didn't go for a walk with her. I stayed here. And she comes back, tells me she just got thrown out of the park by Broward Sheriff. What? Like, what? And she said she looked up and there was this cop alone, came up to her and says, I hate to be the one to tell you this, but you have to leave the park. And she's like, well, what gives? I thought we were allowed to exercise. And he goes, well, you are. He goes, you just can't exercise in any of the parks. And she's like, do you realize what you're saying here? And he's like, look, it's not me. We're getting calls all day. And again, I'm like, getting calls all day. And I'm like, at that, like, what? She's like, yeah, there's people calling. She's like, she told me one guy got thrown out of another park in Oakland Park. And then just said he doesn't think, he calls anytime he sees anybody working out on the trail because now he doesn't want anybody working out in the park. And I'm like, there we have it. And there we have it. This is where all this narcissism, societal narcissism, and these sociopaths have led us. The sociopathy of the left, of the liberals, of communism, of socialism. This is where it has led us, to the point where we're just looking to report on, just looking to turn each other in and report and point fingers, which is what's just been going on the last 50, 60 years in this country and in the world. She's like, you mean to tell me that there's neighbors watching and calls? She's like, we're getting calls, and the cops like, we're getting calls all day, everywhere. Neighbors just reporting on neighbors, reporting on this. Like, what the fuck? Like, how do you ever expect a country to come to? Like, this is who we are. This is who we are. I'll give up my freedom to see you miserable. That's the left. That's the narcissist. That's societal narcissism. That's where societal narcissism has trained you. You'll give up your own freedoms and your own happiness just to see the other guys taken away. Insane. That's not the most insane part of the story, however. Unfortunately. So he's talking to Charlene, and like half of me thinks like, you know what, Charlene's working out in tight spandex, walking around alone. This guy's probably trying to mac out on her. And I'm like, was he trying to friggin' hit it? And she's like, maybe there was part of it. Maybe. So that's why it was more conversational with her than is like, just get the fuck out of the park and letting her, because she's real right. Like I've told you guys in past videos about her, she's ready to start shooting. She's been ready for this fucking revolution for 5 years. She wants it. She's ready for it. She asks him, you know, she goes, like, you realize this is 1776 times right now. She's like, what side are you on? And he's like, well, I was in the military and yada yada. He goes, look, I'm not taking any information right now. Right now it's just a warning. He goes, unfortunately, okay, now here, listen to this. Unfortunately, he goes, a second time is a written citation where we take your information. A third time, you get a gray bracelet put on you, so they know who the troublemakers are. This is what the cop's telling her. Broward Sheriff. So then if we see you out with the gray bracelet, which is really a tracker, you get the handcuffs. And Charlene's like, do you hear what you're saying? And then the cop says to her, she's like, well, everywhere I go, I'm armed. She's like, well, how do you think that's going to work out when it comes time for the gray fucking bracelet? Like, what are you people thinking? This is what they're down for. This is what they're looking for. This is a ploy. This is a play. I'm not saying the virus isn't real. I absolutely think it's real, but I think the whole thing has been scripted. I still don't know anybody who's sick or know anybody who knows anybody who's sick. I've gotten some email. I got an email from somebody who said their stepson. Okay. But again, is it the flu that you're being scared by the media, that you're like, that you're making it worse? Probably. These people are talking about, now this kid might have been talking out his ass. I don't know. Who knows what he's doing? Who knows if this is his way, if he's thinking this is his way to score with Charlene? I don't know. Okay? I find it fucking hilarious, though. Fucking hilarious that the same police department that was too much of a fucking pussy to go in and defend children in Parkland is talking about putting on grave tracking bracelets on their citizens. Good luck with that. Good luck with that. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Gray tracking bracelets so they can know who the troublemakers are. What are we doing? Yet we've been hearing, it's unreal. It's unreal. And instead of standing up to this, you got half the population, dude, this has been trained. Thanks to the baby boomers. Let's not forget them. Let's not forget them for this. Okay, the baby boomers are responsible for 98% of this shit that's going on right now. It's the baby boomers responsible for this shit. All their fuckery coming to a head. All their bullshit coming to a head. All their ineptitude and mismanagement and all their bullshit coming to a head now. For what do they really want? What do they really want? Total control. Which is always the narcissist play, isn't it? It's for total control over you and your life. They're talking about police departments. Broward Sheriff's Department is one of the largest police departments in the country. It's going up to citizens in parks in the United States telling you can't walk on a trail in a park. And if you do, we're going to put a fucking gray bracelet on you to mark you as a troublemaker. What the fuck? You think societal narcissism isn't real? You think these people aren't trying to control your life the same way the reason you're on this channel in the first place is some kind of personal narcissist trying to control every aspect of your life and they don't care how they fucking do it? Aided by a network of enablers and flying monkeys who will give up their freedoms just to see yours taken away. That's it. That's societal narcissism. That's the poison of it. That's what it does. It trains people to give up their freedoms just for the pleasure of seeing yours taken away. And how do they do that? By making you the bad guy. By constantly demonizing you, whether it be in your personal life or the color of your skin or the group or the gender that you belong to. It's the same fucking playbook. Just like I talk about my narcissistic playbook. In your personal life, it's the same fucking playbook, the same plays, the same formation on a global scale. And the goal is the same, is complete and total control of your life and complete capitulation to them. The goal of societal narcissism was to create a network of enablers willing to give up their freedoms for the pleasure of seeing yours taken away. That's where we're at right now. That's the tipping point moment. Either they're going to win or we're going to win. Okay? They have shut down the world in a matter of weeks. And by and large, we've complied. We've complied, and they're cocky. That's what's going on. That's what's happening. If you're one of these people turning in your neighbors, stop it. Stop it. Get a hold of your fucking life. You're being used. You're being used by a network of fucking sociopaths that have taken your freedoms and is telling you, hey, I might have taken your freedoms, but you want to feel better? He's still got some of his. Let's take theirs. Yeah. It's totally sociopathic. Totally sociopathic. That's why it works, and that's why it's devastating. Thanks, baby boomers. Thanks again. So, I will be back with some narcissism videos. I promise, and to set up those Skypes, and if you have any private stuff, I'm going to get to it all. Okay, I just want to make sure I'm in the right frame of mind and all that, because I'm getting a lot, and my old stuff is getting a lot of attention right now because so many people are home. And understand, I could probably be making a killing right now. I wish I could. Because there's so many people home. But it's just like you go to that dark place, and then what? Where do I go? Like, everything's locked down, and it's just... But I'm going to get to some stuff. And again, the queue is real short to begin. Anyway, the queue is very short. So, like, what I have will be knocked out in a matter in half a day. So, if you want to get on the queue, please do. If you can support the channel, please do. I understand there's a lot of people out of work, Charlene being one of them. We're waiting for her unemployment to kick in, waiting for the Trump money, so we'll see about that, and I understand there's a lot of other people in that situation. I'm going to allow sponsors again during this time, because I know there's people who lost their job. If you're able to sponsor somebody and you would like to, please do. If you're in need of a sponsorship at this time, I'll accept sponsorships, but I'm not accepting sponsorships for like roommate situations, friend situations. It should really be something like a marital thing, family. If you're really, really in need, not for some friend nonsense. I mean, really, it's not the same. It's not, and I don't feel right about using up sponsorships for that. But we'll do that as well. And if you're interested in a Skype or a phone call, email me. I said I know I wasn't going to take on new people. Some people just seem more comfortable talking than writing. And so whatever you need. So thank you for bearing with me. There's a lot going on. There's a lot of stress happening just in the world and with what's going on. But I wanted to share that because, this is it. This is where we're at. This is where societal narcissism has led us. Societal narcissism has built just an army of enablers who are content on giving up their freedoms and giving up control of their lives to see you lose control of yours. It's sick and it's sad, and you have to recognize it, and you have to recognize these people for who they are and isolate them and target them and not target them and stay away from them because they are toxic. Isolate them and get away from them. Bunch of fucking tattle. Like, we ain't got enough problems. We got our own citizens just snitching, tattletelling. How many times in your life did so-and-so, I heard this, and I heard that, and I heard this, and these vague accusations that you had to defend yourself against the narcissist. This is how it works. Same thing, because it's meant to make you believe there's a network of spies, and you're always being watched. So, you guys know what to do with the links in the description box. Thank you again for all your support. Follow me on the library app as well. And I'll talk to you all soon. I'm Ollie Matthews. This has been The Narcissistic Resistance. Take care.